Hi everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to my live. I just want to talk about frequencies, and there's no selling today. Literally just clarity and education. So if you've heard me talk about them and you're like, I don't really get it, it's okay. Let's unpack it a little bit. Okay. So take what resonates with you and leave the rest. I've mentioned that I've studied frequencies all summer, and then I've trained with Dr. Darlene Lobel this fall. She's a neuroscientist, neurosurgeon. She puts brain and spinal stimulators in, so she understands the body's energy. I've learned a lot from her. And as a Christian, I don't know how many believers are on here, take it or leave it. As a Christian, a lot of us can have some real resistance towards this work. So I want to break that down for you today. I had it as well, and I just want to make it as science-backed as I possibly can. So if this feels a little bit abstract, that's okay. Understanding it kind of requires some experience, and I've tested it, love it. The people that are working with me are ecstatic. On our last Sunday call, they were so excited about it. They just full of questions. So it's really fun. So yeah, I've been interested in energy for years, but I stayed away from it because it feels like, or could feel like, a little woo-woo, right? Like we've taught that energy things are mystical, they're new age, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes here that practices Reiki, but when I looked into Reiki, it has a lot of good results. People get very great results with that energy work, but its roots were based in a religion that didn't align with my beliefs, so I just stayed away from it. When I looked into and kept trying to find what are just science-backed energy works, it was very hard to find, and I just feel like God led me to Dr. Darlene this summer, and I've learned so much from her, and I want to share it with you guys. So let's see. Frequencies. Frequencies, hard to see, right? Just like your phone frequencies. Like, how does your cell phone find a friend or person overseas, right? How does that stuff work? We don't have a cord connected to somebody in another country, yet we can call them. Well, that is a type of frequency. A radio frequency is a type of frequency that only goes so far, so that's when you're driving town to town, you have to switch stations. Different type of wave. The wave that I'm going to talk about today are called scalar waves, and they're infinite, so they can find people and find their biofields from anywhere, just like your cell phone can, okay? So let's see. Frequencies, I think one of the best ways I can describe them is a rate of communication. So our bodies have energy. That is not disputable. Our bodies are made up of energy and frequencies. That is science-based. It's physiologically, biologically based. Our heart emits certain frequencies. Our organs emit certain frequencies. And we vibrate at all different levels of frequencies. And I know using that word vibrate sometimes we're like, oh, you're getting woo-woo. No, I'm not. It's standard practice. I'm going to post a map for you after this in the comments that shows all the levels of frequencies that we know about. And the highest vibrational level that our body can emit is the frequency of love. And I'll break that down for you in a little bit. But let's talk about heart rhythms, brain waves, nervous systems firing. So this is physiology. It's not spirituality, even though I believe in God. I believe He created us with this is how our body works. So we can integrate that. But I'm just trying to teach you the science of it today. So our organs, our cells all have a certain frequency, and it changes, okay? So we can go up and down, and whatever our body is struggling to balance today, that can be manipulated. Plants have a certain frequency they emit. Trees, grass, colors, it is just science and it's been measured. So it's not debatable, it just is. Now, our job is to figure out how to understand it because we haven't really been taught this. It's already accepted in medicine. So if you've had an EKG, an MRI, we're using the body's energy and frequencies of machines already in the medical field, and we accept that as science. So that's one step. I would like to, especially hearts, right? Our heart is energetically beating. When it stops in the hospital, they use energy to restart our heart, right? It's required. So we have energy, we have different levels and frequencies of it. As I said, I've worked with Dr. Darlene, and just her extreme amount of knowledge, because it's required with what she does. She understands the body's brain and body and frequencies. She has to. That's how she can help people with their stimulators. And she actually specializes in Parkinson's patients. I specialize in people that are struggling with pain, inflammation, chronic fatigue, autoimmune type issues. So it's all the same technology. How do we want to use it, right? So I wanted to demystify this about it being some type of religious thing or dark thing or opening doors to dark things. I would agree. I don't want to open the door to Reiki and the roots of that. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I've seen it work. Energy works. I don't want to invite that into my practice. So I don't go by those terms. I go strictly by the science in what I've been taught. So how do we use this? What am I using? What am I talking about? So I'm not going to go through the background of the owner of the company and how this got started, but in a nutshell, his son was very ill and he traveled the world looking for methodologies to help him. And over the years, took different things, created the software. Actually, they were bigger machines, and created, eventually, it's kind of gone down into a software that we can actually use in our homes, which is pretty amazing. So what does this do? It doesn't diagnose, it doesn't force. What it does is it measures your body's energetic balance and your frequencies. Where is your body not balanced today? Where is your body struggling to balance in top to bottom? So not only emotions, but every organ in your body, every system, your vitals. I don't get into all of that because of what I do. It's not necessary. We don't need the brain looking for more symptoms and more things wrong. That's not what I'm talking about. The software is capable of so many things, but I'm very focused on how I use it. We use it to find where the body needs balanced and help the body balance so that it can heal itself, because the body is very capable of doing that. You know that I teach brain retraining and neuroplasticity. I know the power that the brain has to heal the body, and I still use that. What I am seeing with this software is sometimes, and you've heard me talk about resistance, the brain can resist change, even if it's good change, even if it's healthy change. Like, we want the nervous system to calm down. We want the limbic system in the brain to calm down and get out of fight or flight. Because the brain sees itself as its protective mechanism, which it is, especially when it's in fight or flight, it sees calming down as danger signals. Danger, danger, don't calm down. You need to stay on high alert to keep yourself safe. So what happens in brain retraining and neuroplasticity, which I use, is that sometimes in the very beginning, the brain resists this change, even though it's good for you. I'm finding that using the energy frequency work really helps to come in the body and calm it all down, kind of a back door, so that the brain isn't fighting so much. It's not fighting against it. So we kind of come in, we calm the body and the nervous system and the brain down. with the software frequencies that are super easy. You talk into it, it measures your frequencies from your voice, and I can unpack that in another live, not today. And then it customizes a tones or a frequencies list for you to listen or play over yourself to help your body calm down and balance. Once we can get those things to just naturally and gently downshift, then we can start working on retraining the brain to heal the body. And it's so much simpler because it's calm. It's not seeing it as a threat. So I love that we're able to pair these two methodologies together. Completely got off my notes, but that's okay. Let's see. So it measures your imbalance, it identifies the stress systems, and it reflects that information back to you. So it's called biofeedback. And it's not control, it's not a one-size-fits-all. Everybody is different, and it customizes the frequencies for you and what you need for that day and that time. It works with your nervous system, your biofield, and there is a certain aspect to it that can also be used with your auditory system. But not to go into too much detail, it's not always auditory. So you've heard of binaural beats. I use those, love those. Those have to be auditorily, has to listen to. Some of this can be, but some of it is just emitted to your biofield. You're emitting it at all times. This is coming back to you and helping it balance. Nothing's required of you. There's no concentration unless we pair it with brain retraining. You don't really even have to believe it. Just point and click. It's like super simple stuff here. And I'm not selling this today. I'm trying to explain to you how frequencies work, how they work gently, how they kind of take us down out of that fight or flight so we can begin to heal. Okay. Let's see. So I don't know if you've heard of sound therapy. We just talked about binaural beats. Occupational therapy has used this for years. I had some of my kids in that as young kids, and they sent us home with classical music, certain ones to play to help their brains reorder and calm down some of the things they were dealing with. So sound therapy has been used for a very long time. It goes back way before that. So there's a part of this that is sound, playing frequencies, but part of it is literally a whole body biofield experience. And you would feel some slight emotional and physical shifts. Some people are very sensitive. They feel it immediately. Some people, it's a very gradual building. It lowers your stress. It increases your peace. And it can affect all kinds of things. I'm not going to go into all of it, but say hormones, immunity, inflammation. I'm going to post a chart in the comments for you to look at later. I talked about there are different levels of frequencies, and love is the highest frequency. And I don't just mean romantic love. Like love in general has a frequency to it. If you've heard of heart coherence, so getting your heart into a coherent state, a lot of your eye watches, all kinds of chips and things that we wear measures your HRV, and that would be your coherence. What's going on with your heart in between beats? Is that balanced? It can tell your stress level, all that from it. So I'm getting in the weeds here. Let me kind of get back up, bigger picture. How do we calm that down? How do we get ourselves into that coherent stage, into that highest frequency, which happens to be love, like it or not? And if you're a Christian, you're a believer, God talks about love. God is love. God is light. Light is frequency. Light is energy. So we can go down this all day, but I'm not gonna go there right now. So we're not forcing the positivity. This is not blaming or shaming. We are creating safety for our brain and our body. And God has given us tools to work with our body. Hey, if we're carrying around the cell phone all day long, we might as well have the software on it to help balance our body. We've all heard of EMFs this phone is probably emitting EMFs and causing a little thing here and there as well. So if we're going to use all these things that are emitting things around us, why not use them for good? Why not use them to balance us back out? That's the way I look at it. So what else? I talked a little bit about mindset. Mindset works. And I told you that I still use it. I teach it. I believe in it. And when I layer these things together, it amplifies the effect and it makes it easier because it lowers the resistance. What I'm finding that people are reporting is they start feeling calmer pretty quickly, more grounded. Some people immediately start sleeping better regulation. And my personal observations, so I use this by itself for 5 weeks, no brain retraining, no anything. I just wanted to see what the frequencies do by themselves. So I don't get it mixed up with anything else I'm doing. I immediately felt, I slept better. I have family members, I tried it out on them, they immediately slept better. I'm not promising that, I'm just saying that's what we found here. Energy levels were a little higher. Immunity was better. Knock on wood. I am a person that got COVID 3 Christmases in a row. I got it again last summer. And I thankfully made it through the holidays with nothing. I'd feel a little sore throat, turn on the immunity list, I wake up fine. So I'm not promising that. I'm just telling you what my personal results have been. I just feel calmer and I feel relaxed. And I can tell when I haven't done it for 3 or 4 days, I get really busy and I'm like, oh, why am I kind of starting to feel a little ramped up? Like I haven't done my work here. And it's not hard, it's just point and click. It's just taking the time to do it. So I'm not selling you anything today. I really just want you to get comfortable with the word frequencies. It's not woo-woo, it's not mystical, it's not any of those things. It's physiological, it's biological, it's science. We're already using these in so many formats in our life. So why not use them for healing, right? So that's what I was here to tell you about today. Going to be going live next week. I'm going to do another lunchtime reset. Like I said, you can hear about it, but until you experience it, you don't quite get it, right? Well, I want to do these lunchtime breaks for you. I want to pair the frequencies and play them over you and guide you through an exercise so that you can feel it for yourself. Last time we did this, we had people on the call right and left feeling things, making shifts, getting relief. So I was pretty blown away in 10 minutes that people were already noticing the difference. I want to do that for you. I want you to experience. Keep an eye out. I'll be doing another lunchtime reset, I think next Thursday, if that works. Okay, that's it for today. If you have questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. Text me, message me. I'll do my best to answer them. I know it feels a little abstract until you actually experience, but I just want to take the weirdness out of it, okay? Talk to you next time.